Is my bare shoulder distracting you? Just a casual subtweet at literally every single high school dress code ever. Anyways, today I have 10 tips to survive high school, just kind of in general. So these can be applied to basically any of your 4 years. I actually did a video similar to this one that was catered towards freshmen like 2 years ago. But this year I'm actually going to be a senior, so I feel like I'm well experienced in the high school department. I do realize that it's pretty late in the season and some of you may have already gone back, but this isn't necessarily a very pressing video, so that's gonna be my excuse. Sorry. Let's just get into this. Tip numero uno. I'm gonna put like a little counter here because why not? Figure out your schedule and balance it out as early as you possibly can. This means that if you have no interest in biology and for some reason decided to take the advanced level course but actually suck at science and want to die the entire time you're taking the class, maybe you should drop down a level before school starts or at the very beginning so you don't have to suffer through it for the entire year, and I am not at all speaking from personal experience. It's entirely okay to test out a class for a week and then decide that it's not for you. Just go to your counselor, talk to them, and they should probably change it. If they don't, yikes. But my school allows for that. Side note, if your school is really flexible with schedule changes, I would recommend kind of balancing out your schedule so that you don't have like 3 really hard classes all in a row and then have like gym, lunch, study hall, if you get what I'm saying. Tip number 2 is to not take classes just because your friends are taking them. I'm fairly certain that I touched on this in my freshman advice video, but it's just really important. If all of your friends are taking music history or something like that and you have absolutely no interest whatsoever, don't take the class. Trust me, there are other opportunities for you to see your friends in school, and sitting through a class that is just going to be of no use to you / you just think is really boring is not very helpful. Also, think about this. If you signed up for a class because all of your friends signed up for it, you're not necessarily guaranteed to have that class with them, and then you would have to take that class alone. Tip number 3. Why do I always put out the number of fingers that it is? I don't know. We're gonna get a little fancy for this one. Stop caring what other people think. Stop caring what other people think. I know for a fact that that is much easier said than done, and it will take time, but just try your best to not care what other people think. It is so useless. If you like electrical engineering, learn it. If you like the shirt, wear it. If you like this sport, play it. Literally, just do what you want and stop caring about other people's opinions. Moving on, this is like too cheesy for me. Alright, this next one is kind of like a 2-for-1 special, so listen up. These 2 things both have to do with homework, and it's my personal advice to how to receive full credit and just get the best grade possible, and it's really aggravating if you don't do these things because you'll be kicking yourself at the end of the semester because it's just so easy. Don't turn stuff in late. Follow the rubric. I know this varies by school and by teacher, but at my school we have a policy where if something is late, it's 10% off for every school day. So if you turn something in 3 days late, the highest that you can get is a 70%. Not ideal. The simple solution to that, to guarantee the highest credit possible, would be to turn it in on time. Let's pretend you're someone that frequently turns in things late, and then at the end of the semester you're so close to an A, you're like right on the edge, but you just need a little bit of extra credit. If you go and ask your teacher, they're probably more likely to say no, considering that you didn't turn in your work before. Following the rubric, that part is pretty straightforward. If your teacher doesn't have a rubric or a set of guidelines for a paper or project or whatever the heck you're doing, just ask them. They want to help you, they want to give you a good grade for the most part. Some teachers are kind of crazy, but like for the most part, they want to help you. Mostly. Halfway there. Speak to the people around you in class. I'm not saying to be a nuisance and disrupt class, but whenever you have the chance, like before class or maybe a little after class, or I don't know, whenever everyone's writing down homework or people are talking or whatever the heck, talk to the people around you. I don't know about you guys, but I'm typically more reserved in school, but it is really helpful from what I found to just talk to the people around you because you already have something in common because you're in class together, so it's easier to become friends. I don't know. Also, going along with this one, if you're nervous to talk to people around you or something, or you don't know what to talk about, bring gum. People like gum. Okay, this one goes hand in hand with the last one, but with your newfound school friends, make group chats. I'm not saying you have to add your whole class, that's like a little bit weird, but maybe like 4 or 5 people that are near you or that you kind of talk to in that class so that you can talk about various things from the class and just all suffer through it together. That way if someone misses a day, you can fill them in, or if someone doesn't know the homework, you can kind of help them out a little bit. It's just a lot easier, and that way everyone doesn't have to go to the teacher. I don't condone academic dishonesty, but like if someone forgets the homework, also a good place to send pictures of it. You didn't hear it from me. Shh. I know this one is super stereotypical and basic, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail with it, but join a sport or a club or something that you're passionate about because it's just a good idea. If your school doesn't have what you're looking for, go to the administration and talk about creating a club for it. There's always a solution. Also, whenever you join something, get more involved in it and you'll just meet a lot of friends. It's great. I play field hockey and I met a lot of people through there, and they're some of my closest friends, so like, how cute. Number 8, if I'm going to be super real with you, get a comfortable backpack. I don't care that Jessica thinks that a purse is a lot cuter than a backpack, because when Jessica has back problems later, she'll be sorry. Just get one with big, comfy straps that can fit a lot in it, because the reality of high school is there's a lot of paper typically. Unless we do a lot of stuff online, but we don't. We have a lot of paper, so it all goes in there and it just fills up and it's a lot of weight, so what? The next tip I have is to log your community service hours as soon as you do them. A lot of high schools require a different amount of community service hours, but even if your high school doesn't, or if the number is really low, you should do as much as you possibly can. Whether it's wrapping stuff for Toys for Tots during the holiday season or volunteering at a local animal shelter, it's a good experience overall, and just make sure that you write it down right away as soon as it happens and turn in the hours, because you will forget. It happens to the best of us. Why does my necklace keep going so crooked? And finally, tip number 10, take a study hall if you possibly can. If this means you have to move a little bit to free up your schedule to have a study hall, I would suggest doing it. I know one thing that I did was I took health online over the summer, so if you can do something like that to get a study hall, I would recommend. And then once you have the study hall, actually be productive in it. Who knew? Study halls, if you use them to the best of your ability, will help you stay on top of work and just be less stressed in general, and are also a nice break from the school day, so I would get on that. I actually feel like I have been talking for years, but those are all of the tips that I had. Sorry that it was a bit rambly. Hopefully this was helpful to you guys in some way. Like I said before, even if it was just as more of a reassurance thing, you got this. You can kill high school, I swear. Like in the good way, you know? Yeah. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!